Welcome everybody to Super Spooky Saturday. We have another kill count game with Resident Evil 2. It's going to be quite a long video. We're doing it all in one video. If I did say this in some past videos, if you haven't seen them, I'm planning on doing Finn's entire story explained, but if it's too long for most people, I'll probably just split it up in like two parts, part 1, part 2, but at the same time I might keep it, I don't know, let me know your feedback. Anyway, let's get on with the video.
My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year. Now I'm dead meat.
Pull a gun on me again and you're dead meat.
You're dead meat! You might actually beat me. You really think so? Hell no! You're dead meat.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror video games and show you how they were made. I'm Zoran Eskovojic, and I cannot read anything without these glasses. But luckily, we are here today to cover one of the greatest games of all time, Resident Evil 2. Released in 1998, 3 times. Then in 1999, 3 times. Then again in 2003, until finally being remade in 2019, which is the game we'll be...
I mean, how many remakes do you need? Like, seriously. Sorry about that one too. But yeah, how many remakes? This is like one of the most remakes games that I know of. There's probably more that's been remade more, but this is probably like the most remade game that I'm aware of. Like, remakes like 1, 2, 3, 4 times over the past decades. Like, really?
Covering and comparing to the original. Resident Evil 2 picks up a few months after the events of the first game, this time following Claire Redfield, younger sister to the first game's Chris Redfield. She teams up with rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy as they face a full-on zombie apocalypse in Raccoon City, shooting and puzzling their way to the truth behind the always evil Umbrella Corporation. After the surprise success of the original Resident Evil, development started immediately on a sequel. The original game's director, Shinji Mikami, served as producer this time, while Hideki Kamiya worked as the director. He was originally the chief planner on the first game, and would later go on to create the Devil May Cry series. Mikami wanted this game to have a different setting from the first, but with a similarly enclosed environment. He landed on a police station as the game's initial setting, because that's where you're supposed to feel protected. Unless you're in a horror movie. There's so much death in police stations in horror movies. The original game was scheduled to release in May of 1997, but as the deadline creeped closer, writer Noboru Sugimura realized the game was in need of substantial rewrites, and producer Mikami agreed, stating the current game was just no fun. So it was scrapped at 60 to 80% completion, much to Capcom's surprise. But for those of you who are interested, that game does live on as a fan-reconstructed playable version that was actually made from a black market purchased 40% original build. Definitely worth checking out. The rewrites involved changing the game's protagonist from Elza Walker to Claire Redfield, and this was done to create more of a connection to the first game. They also refocused the game on the mysterious G virus, while overall making it feel more like a Hollywood action film. To compensate for the year-long delay, they actually released Resident Evil Director's Cut, which unfortunately gave us this music. Okay, editor Linnea, that's enough. Please, just never play that music again, okay? The extra time proved worthwhile, and the game was released in January of 1998, selling 380,000 copies in its first weekend, which actually earned it a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records, and also earned $19 million, surpassing all the movies at the box office that same weekend. Oh, sorry, Fallen, you're still a good movie. Resident Evil 2 is still regarded as one of the most beloved horror games of all time, so remaking it was an intimidating prospect. But after Resident Evil 7 was such a massive success, Capcom decided to tackle it, though they opted not to include any bugginas, and that was just for 7. Oh, Gross. They assembled a team of veterans who worked on the original game, like directors Kazunori Kadoi and Yasuhiro Anpo, as well as various producers and crew who were simply die-hard Resident Evil fans. Not to be confused with Resident Evil fans who also love Die Hard. The plan was to honor the original game, while upping all the horror elements.
なんでそこら辺はもう本当に2よりかはサバイバルホラー感はオリジナルよりかはあるかなとは思いますね。
And honestly, it really works. Resident Evil 2 does exactly what a remake is supposed to do. It keeps what was great about the original while trying new things and taking advantage of the improvements in technology.
Exactly. That's how remakes are supposed to go. You're not just about updated graphics. Like how what's going on with Fallout 4 from what Josh says. They messed something up, but again, if it's good graphic, good story, and doesn't really need to be remade, then it doesn't need to be remade just for better graphics. You remake it to make it better, but at the same time keeping some new stuff and the original stuff, combining like how Resident Evil 2 did. They did it really well, one of the best that I know of.
I played the original Resident Evil 2 years ago on the N64, and I absolutely loved it. I still think of that liquor falling through the ceiling. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to think about that. Still freaky. But I think the team at Capcom did an amazing job with this remake, giving us the familiar, but changing things up to keep us on our toes. I have a couple gripes, but the main one is that these Walking Dead really like walking and hate staying dead. That was the same guy? Took all my bullets. Which caused a lot of problems when actually, trying to count these kills. So, how am I gonna go about that, you ask? Well, like all kill count games, much to my chagrin, we count everything. That's right, we're getting zombies, lickers, people, animals, zombie animals, whatever this guy is, and bodies, bodies, bodies. Not that one. And just like Resident Evil 1, this game allows you to play as two different protagonists. I'll be focusing on Claire's storyline like I did with Jill in the first Resident Evil kill count. I also did a second run as Leon, but much like the first, they share a lot of the same gameplay. So I'll just be checking in on his differing story beats along the way, and then counting all his kills in a murder montage at the end. Clear as custard? Great! How many What the? Okay, what happened to my Resident Evil 2 set? You know what? I'm not setting this up. Hey!
You rang, sir.
Yes, I did. I need you to reset.
Just tell him that we don't offer an in-suite ice cream buffet. What is that even?
I'm sorry. Is there a problem? Are you talking to me?
No, sir, no problem at all. No problem at all, sir. I'm at your service, sir. You'll notice that I'm using the latest technology from today's sponsor, Raycon. Yes, they're essential open earbuds. Their open ear design makes sure I can take my calls and listen to my tunes while still hearing the world around me, which is why I'm able to attend to the needs of guests like you and hotel matters.
Again, I would love headphones like that, but I would so even get them, but headphones are, well, a bane of my existence. Love them? But this is really, something like this is the best that I'm probably going to get in my life. Unless it's like a hat that has Bluetooth speakers, which I don't know where that went. Because, again, with hearing aids, I can't necessarily have those here because the speakers are right here. On top of my ear-ish kind of thing. So, unless I put the thing up here or get the bone-instructed ones and lift it right here, they're pointless. So unless I'm using headphones like these, which eliminate my hours for someone with bad hearing, surroundings, not a good idea. I'm stuck with this, or pretty much no headphones. I mean, get these somewhat connected to my phone, but when I tried, I don't know if they're the type or what, but not really working that well. So,
At the same time. No, Cedric! When I say keep tabs on him, I mean keep tabs on him!
I'm sorry, is there a problem? Should I?
No, nothing to concern yourself with, sir. Nothing at all. Terribly sorry. In fact, let me send up a complimentary pair of these earbuds as means of apology.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
After all, these are great for more than just the workplace. Their lightweight design and adjustable ear hooks makes them perfectly formed to your head for all-day wear. I use them when I'm working out, enjoying a book, and brainstorming ways to catch troublemaking little brats who think they're so smart!
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Seems like you're gonna kill a kid.
Did I mention that they have multi-point connection to seamlessly switch between multiple devices and 36 hours of battery life with their charging case, all with sound quality that rivals more expensive brands. That's why Raycon has over 3 million customers.
The essential open earbuds are here for the holidays. Raycon audio products are up to 20% off this holiday season. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/deadmeatopen to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Order by December 15th to guarantee delivery by Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late.
And your set is now ready, sir.
Woo, excellent. How many kills will we rack up in Raccoon City? Let's find out and get to them.
I'm gonna say it's a lot.
The game begins when we press start. Yeah, let's hear that sweet, sweet Resident Evil 2. Where'd it go? Yeah, that's right. The remake removed the iconic opening VO, most likely to be in line with Resident Evil 7, which was the first game in the series to abandon it. However, if you shell out $3 for the original music DLC, you can have that iconic line restored.
Resident Evil 2.
Worth it! The year is 1998, when hyper-realistic Happy Hills hammies ruled the world, or at least this big rig burger boy's mouth. He listens to a radio caller describing an encounter with a woman who's said to look like a walking corpse.
Sounds like my wife.
Yakov Beardoff, so busy working on his tight 5, he plows right through a woman crossing the street. Oh damn, first that Gage kid, now this? He checks to see if she should go on the count, but her Sadako stare seems to say no. We leave this man to maybe get eaten like his burger, and catch up with our hero, Red Jacket, aka Claire Redfield, who's riding into town to find her older brother Chris, you know, from the first game. She stops to use a gas station payphone, and the only thing scarier than all the zombies is seeing how much gas cost in the 90s. Oh, sorry, that sigh was from my wallet. Claire hears a noise inside the gas station that might be owned by Mario. It's a me, Zoil! And this is a new location for the remake. The original game opened in Emmy's Diner, but was updated to Mizoil Gas Station, which itself replaced the Taxigo gas station, where I guess you could once trust your car to the service with the stars. I couldn't find a reason for its removal other than to be different, but Emmys did live on in the movie Welcome to Raccoon City. And in these cups that I got from my fellow Resident Evil fan Jeremy Pryor. Damn fine coffee they got here in Raccoon City. That is T-Virus. Claire decides to stock up on the generic beer, hamburger, snack, and whatever the hell Let's Fun cereal is. Oh look, green herb ice cream. Tastes like hell. Claire's game of Supermarket Simulator is interrupted by an overly confident cop fending off a zombie.
Stay back, man, I got this.
He does not got this, and the zombie takes a big ol' bite out of Deputy Chewie, adding our first kill to the count. Shooting zombies must run in the Redfield bloodline, because Claire immediately draws her weapon and takes out 2 zombies, including one that we have to kill twice because he won't stay dead, but finally goes down, ass up. And I gotta say, Claire actually handles the sudden onset zombie outbreak pretty damn well. Unlike me, of course, because not even 10 minutes in, we've already gotten our first key.
No! It starts PTSD.
On her way out, another zombie tries to attack her, but is shot by a beautiful stranger. It's Leon S. Kennedy, and that S must stand for swoopy hair. Leon's a rookie cop at the Raccoon City Police Department, and he's having a doozy of a first day with zombies swarming the city, which again, totally cool with. He's planning to seek shelter and answers at the police station, and Claire agrees to go along. They hop into a police car and drive off into the beautifully rendered opening credits. No Resident Evil style live action opening here. However, Capcom did film a live action trailer for the original game's release, directed by the Zomfather himself, George A. Romero. The commercial starred the Bold and the Beautiful's Adrian France as Claire, and the late Brad Renfro as Leon, who really just shares some come-fuck-me looks while standing near some zombies designed by Screaming Mad George of Society fame. He also worked on Freaked. The commercial actually landed Romero the job of writing a Resident Evil movie back in 1998 that would never actually see the light of day. In fact, a documentary was just released this year all about it, and is well worth a watch. On their way into town, they pass a few background bodies. And similar to The Last of Us, I'm gonna total any non-story related bodies at the end of the video to save our editors from having to make an endless amount of kill graphics.
But I already made so many.
Toss them in the trash! Zombies swarm the car as the now bitten Burger Boy returns to save the day. But we won't count these zombies since we established they can survive a truck hit. But a truck explosion is something that our buddy Doug Prep Course can't survive. Leon and Claire are alive, but separated by just so much fire. They plan to meet up at the police station before going their separate ways. In the game's original '98 release, there were two pairs of gameplay scenarios, Leon A and Claire B, and Claire A and Leon B. Depending on which character you played first, the story would actually change, with alternate cutscenes, item placements, and even different boss fights. This was known as the Revolutionary Zapping System, and was a response to Jill and Chris's kinda samey Resident Evil campaigns. The remake attempted to replicate this with its second run playthroughs, but much like the original Resident Evil 2, they were under severe crunch, and only had 6 months to implement them, which resulted in a less interwoven story with just some different item placement, new puzzle solutions, and an extra boss battle at the end if you played through both. It's actually the reason I'll be counting everything as separate kills for Claire and Leon like I did with Chris and Jill, even if some of them do seem shared. How could this guy come back and regrow a head? Well, we'll fix that and count it later. Claire makes her way through the chaotic streets past some graffiti for Tofu? The joke character introduced in the original Resident Evil 2, who returns in the remake's Tofu Survivor minigame. Oh, and this time his family has grown, to include his delicious brother Flan.
Get ready for the gelatinous fun.
Claire manages to one-shot a zombie. Good thing too, because that was our last bullet. Oh no. So we bob and weave past a few more before reaching the Raccoon Police Department. Oh, Raccoon Police? Oh, I bet they look so cute in their little uniforms. Oh, wait, they're human? Boo earns. Claire runs up to the door, ready for a loading animation. That does not come. Yes, gone are the door simulator days of yore. And with it, my endless Killer Clowns references from the first game.
Another door! Another door!
Claire squeezes under a shutter, totally ignoring the keep out sign. But hey, what are you gonna do? Call the cops? They're all dead. An officer yells for help from behind another shutter door, and Claire tries to pull him to safety. But something on the other side of the door has a different plan in mind. Ooh, turns out she's only got the top part of you, as he gets torn in half, Relic Monster style. Okay, new rule. Nobody in this game say you got something. You don't got it. No one's got anything. Gotting is not a thing. Actually, to be fair. We did get one thing, an officer's notebook, which clues us into a puzzle involving 3 medallions gathered from a lion, a miss, and a horned colt. We also get some bullets, giving Claire the chance to kill 4 zombies in a conference room. Yeah, can't do that over Zoom. We grab some wooden boards, a new game mechanic for the windows that is perfect for keeping the riffraff out. Aw, but I thought we liked riffraff.
They didn't like me! They never liked me!
While doing another shutter shimmy, Claire gets grabbed by a zombie. This Redfield won't end up Deadfield, thanks to Officer Marvin, who splats some zombie skull with the door. Thanks, Marvin. Nice to meet you. Just one quick question.
You bit? Huh? You bit?
Whether or not he's infected, Marvin's badly hurt, but still takes time to fill Claire in on her brother's whereabouts.
He's on vacation. Europe, I think.
Oh God, I hope he's not visiting Stonehenge. There'll be nothing left. And that's basically the most connection we get to part 1, since Capcom wanted this remake to stand alone. There are a few nods here and there, but it's a big change for Marvin, whose exposition role went from this:
in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city, Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything.
To this:
there's a lot of theories, but all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Marvin tells Claire that the statue medallion puzzle should unlock a secret passage she can use to escape.
Who builds this shit?
Good question, Ethan from Resident Evil 7. Turns out this iconic police station was actually renovated from an old art museum in 1969. 1 year after the Umbrella Corporation was founded. We all know how they love to put puzzles into everything. Claire says it's dangerous to go alone, so Marvin says, take this. And after turning on her talk tangle,
it's a radio.
Right. She leaves Marvin to lament the fact that in the original 1.5 version of the game, he was a fully playable side character. But hey, at least you fared better than Roy, who was cut out of the game entirely. See you later, Mr. S. Kennedy. Claire uses the notebook to win big at the MGM Grand Lion slot machine. She then finds a travel pamphlet about Raccoon City's tourist attractions, including the police station, the orphanage, and that's it. At least there's still some Harbinger soda over here. Your food! Down the hall, Claire finds an especially nasty corpse with its jaw ripped open, really showing off the gory graphics in this remake. Just seriously, look at that. Look at it! Whew. RE Engine does not mess around. The RE Engine, also known as the Reach for the Moon engine, is a proprietary game engine designed by Capcom for Resident Evil 7. It replaced the MT engine that was used during the PS3 Xbox 360 era, which itself was supposed to be replaced by the Panta Ray engine in 2011 for the PS4 game Deep Down, that I was super excited for, and died in development hell. The RE Engine bested its predecessor with improved anti-aliasing, volumetric lighting, faster animations using modular rigging, and allowed the use of photogrammetry, a process that allows capturing overlapping photos of objects or people to process them into 3D models. It's been used in every Resident Evil game since Part 7, and creates a new level of immersion that's unrealer than unreal. I mean, seriously, look at that handimation. Oh, I hate those veins. But that's probably the only graphic kill we'll find in this hallway. Oh God, how did that guy get impaled through the face like that? Well, neither of these corridor cadavers rise again, but the one hanging from the ceiling does fall right on us. Stop it! No reason to waste bullets on that guy, though. They're saving for the zombie waiting around the corner instead, who just plays dead till we blow up her head later. Stupid, not dead, undead. We shoot another one on our way to the West office, but no kill graphic for him yet, as first we lure him into said office, where we double tap him dead, alongside two others with some satisfying head explosions. The sound effects for the zombie gore were recorded practically in a Foley studio to get that authentic visceral quality. There were no sounds reused from the original, partly because audio director Kentaro Nakashima and his team created a revolutionary real-time binaural audio system, the first ever stereophonic sound technology of its kind. It was designed to create a 3D soundscape that allows you to pinpoint where each zombie moan is coming from. Of course, I just prefer to turn on visual sound effects. No, I got footsteps! I got footsteps! In the West office, Claire finds an operation report from September 28th.
To be honest, I would probably have to do the visual because of my hearing. I'd probably not hear most things. Which is my luck.
Confirming the existence of the secret tunnel that Marvin mentioned earlier. We then take down a one-armed man like we were Richard Kimball, who does not want to stay dead.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, he is, Claire. Shoot him again! Down the hall is a room full of storage lockers, only some of which can be accessed because some dingus broke the keypad. Barry! Claire nabs a roll of film and some maximum standard bullets. The best of the blandest. We then head off to find this guy again.
What the hell is up with you?
Good fucking question, Claire. We're then finally able to shoot this McGavin, who just loves to eat pieces of bullets for breakfast. We make it to a dark room where we can develop the film we found. And it's a photo of the Burger King. All right, well, have it your way. Guess it's a clue to a later puzzle. We also find a note on the medicinal benefits of this franchise's healing item of choice, the herb. For more on this, let's consult our Resident Evil resident expert, Professor Phoenix. Professor Phoenix, what herb is best used for healing damage? And healing poison? And which one enhances the other's effects? And which herb only appeared in the Game Boy Color Resident Evil Gaiden? That's my boy. Put him to work young. Outside the dark room, Claire shoots a couple of zombies a couple of times. But one of these tub thumpers gets knocked down and gets up again.
Oh no.
So we shoot him till he's finally dead. Ugh, someone get me a whiskey drink and a vodka drink, please. Next, we check out the men's locker room.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ, I forgot about that.
And we'll add this jump-scaring cop cat named Wes Drucker to the count. While not named in this game, a note from Resident Evil 3 reveals Wes got bit while trying to escape and locked himself in the locker to make sure he didn't harm anyone, including his buddy Hector.
Oh, that's nice.
And sad, since he's one of the few people who became infected but didn't turn, so he just died alone in a locker.
Oh, that's not nice.
Now that we're thoroughly depressed, we grab some flame rounds for a weapon we do not have, and a portable safe with a brilliant little mini game that reminded me of the Tiger Electronics Lights Out one. The safe yields a spare key that I'm cool with, and then I find a spade key that I'm not.
Damn it!
And yes, I may hate collecting keys thanks to the first Resident Evil, but I sure do love puns, as Claire nabs a hip pouch, expanding her inventory and granting us the incredibly named achievement, Hip to Add Squares.
Goddamn, that is the best achievement name in the world. Thank you.
We also pick up Some Guy's Scribblings, which is a note that reads like an early John Kramer draft.
You yell about justice and pride, but how many times did you go against me, your own superior? Yeah, you're such a good cop. So good you had to die. Man, this is fun. I need some music for this. Oh, how about this?
Now it's time to check out a red book from the library. It's a book that's red, potentially calling back to the first game, or just being a book that's red. Claire then takes out 3 Vasta Necratas in order to bring some silence to this library. We pick up the Fabio Sparklemane medallion, and head back to the main hall to debrief with Marvin, who shows us Leon on the security cams outside.
Oh my god, he made it!
Of course he did. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. On the way to catch up with Leon, we prove how over zombies we are already.
Shut up.
We then grab a weapons locker, I won't say that word card, and find the Burger King holding the famous weapons locker, I won't say that word card. Find the Burger King holding the famous redstone. Careful though, might be a djinn inside there. But before we can give the Burger King statue a hand, an entire helicopter crashes outside. Any survivors? Nope. But hey, there's an alive Leon.
Leon! I'll be right there!
Damn it, I love that head nod. Claire doesn't have the key to unlock the fence between them.
Oh, are you sure it's not one of these? One of these keys?
So Leon's second runs off to his own story. And what's Leon been up to this whole time, you ask? Well, he found a whole mass graveyard I had to count.
Okay, so we've got 12 marked graves, except this one isn't marked. Does that mean there's nothing in there? This is a terrible way to start my second run.
And then there was that job fair poster featuring Brad Vickers, the STARS Alpha Team pilot that actually appeared as a zombie in the original game, dropping a special key if you killed him that would unlock alternate outfits as well as a sweet 6-shooter for Claire. In the remake, Brad's role was shifted to Resident Evil 3, because let's face it, that one needs all the story it can get. The rest of Leon's time spent doing mostly the same puzzles as Claire, but man did I have a hard time with his playthrough, as the game did not want to give me any bullets. And suddenly, zombies were taking 20 shots and still not staying down. This is all due to the remake's adaptive difficulty that actually wanted to challenge me after I played too well as Claire. This of course resulted in way fewer kills, way more dead Kennedys, and way more angry guesses as to what the S stands for in his name.
Leon, you stupid jackass.
Back in the A story, Claire tries to contact Marvin on her Tamagotchi.
It's a radio.
Oh yeah, that's it. But he's not responding. So Claire picks up the latest Fiona Apple album and snips the chain on the door to get back inside. She's not the only one, as a zombie enters with all the grace of my child flipping over the couch. Claire makes him go night-night, then she takes out 4 more zombies, including this flamey fellow. You okay, buddy? No, you are not. Claire makes it to the STARS office, which is the home base for the Special Tactics and Rescue Service we followed through the events of the first game, that of course included Claire's brother Chris. She even sees his jacket on the wall, referencing the Queen album Made in Heaven, and that's the same Bohemian Easter egg she has on her jacket. Claire tries to use the computer to access the armory, but it says to please insert your dongle key into the USB port. Oof, maybe not. Last time I did that, I got suspended. So we leave the office, only to witness someone get pulled into the ceiling and eaten by the game's most iconic new monster, the Licker. Its intro isn't as ceremonious as in the original, but it's still creepy as hell, and this is the creature I picture when I think of Resident Evil. The Licker has become a mainstay of the franchise, appearing in future games, spin-offs, movies, and even a ridiculous Dead Rising skin. Wait, what is that between his— oh god, blur that real quick. The Lickers aren't standalone monsters like the Hunters or Chimeras from Resident Evil 1, but rather a secondary mutation of the T-virus infected zombies, similar to the Crimson Heads, but derived from an exposure to a mutated Epsilon or E strain, whose goal was to increase brain function. And boy did it, literally exposing their big brains, but removing their eyesight. While highly agile and vicious with bony claws and barbed tongues, they're only able to hunt by sound. So the best way to avoid them is to make like my grandma and creep around as slow as possible around them, yeah? A blind bad guy ending in liquor. Where have I been traumatized by that before? Well, best take the notes advice and grandma it up. Oh, hello, Mr. Brain Man. It's just me, Grandma Claire. Would you like a hard candy? Oh no, he wants blood. He wants all our blood. And to be responsible for our first player death of the game. Well, thank Capcom for autosaves, something the original game did not have. And also thank you to Jillian in the live stream chat for pointing out that liquors are weak to fire. So we grab a grenade launcher with flame rounds that we got from using that weapons locker, still not saying it, card. We then stay as sneaky as a John Turturro to put our first liquor on the count.
You dead? You dead? I think you're dead.
Okay, enough murder, time for puzzles. All right, what do we got? Let's see, that goes there, this goes here, and faster than you can say Nathaniel Demarest, we've got a red gem. What was that? In the hall, we finally try out our DLC gun, the Samurai Edge, Albert model. A special model of Beretta designed by Kendo of Kendo's Gun Shop for the two-faced villain of the first game, Albert Wesker. Using it to kill a zombie with far too many shots, so I guess this gun sucks just as much as Wesker. And then let a few drunk zombies know that it's closing time.
You don't have to go home, but you can't eat brains here.
They listen and wander off, but these three others do not. How dead is that zombie in the window? Quite dead. We then blast our way into the final slot puzzle and receive the maiden medallion. Now we can unlock that secret ton— oh god, a liquor! Did James send you to end my reoccurring avatar bit? Well, at any event, we firebend his unskinned ass before also taking out Jack Reacher over here. Back in the main hall, we use 1, a 2, a 3. 3 medallions to open the, well, you know. Claire tries to get Marvin to come with her, but he's clearly infected and tells her to save herself. She thanks him and leaves him behind. Claire heads down the stairs to find a little girl who gives us an ominous warning.
You need help.
Okay, listen, yes, I know I use humor as a shield to prevent anyone from getting close to me, but
He's right behind you.
Oh, that's what she meant. Yep, it's a murderous monster with a Silent Hill pipe and an arm eye of darkness. This myopic monstrosity pulls Claire into a fight that goes on for far too long and uses up far too many bullets before he unceremoniously just falls over a railing. Ugh, this was much easier in the original game. Oh, and he even sounds like Colossus, using his special in the X-Men arcade game. Spam that button. The little girl is Sherry Birkin, who I spent my playthrough calling
Sherry Baby,
in reference to the Four Seasons song, not knowing that's actually the inspiration for her name. Sherry asked Claire to help her find her mom, a busy scientist at Umbrella Corporation, who left Sherry at home alone. Claire wasn't in the first game, so she doesn't know how evil Umbrella actually is, and that they're the ones responsible for creating the T-virus that's turned this town into a Romero film. Sherry tells Claire that her dad is gone, and Claire can relate, also being an orphan. They reach the entrance to the parking garage, but can't open the gate without a
killed her father.
key card. Ugh, feels gross just saying it. Luckily, this gun-toting mustache man has one. Too bad he's the pissed off and super corrupt chief of police, Brian Irons. He threatens Claire's life to get Sherry to come with him.
What are you gonna do to her?
None of your fucking business.
And Claire doesn't even flinch when he tries to intimidate her, proving to be the badass I fell in love with in Code Veronica.
I'll get you, you fucker!
A definite step up in voice acting threats over her brother.
You killed them with your own dirty hands.
Claire is played by Stephanie Panisello, whose other game credits include Shadow of the Tomb Raider and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. She replaced Allison Court from the original game, who I believe is the only Resident Evil voice actor to solely voice one character in every entry they appear. Even Leon switched to multiple actors, including Critical Role's Matt Mercer. There was a big push from fans to have Allison return for the remake, but unfortunately Capcom decided to go non-union with the game. While no specific reason's been given, the trend towards non-union in the game industry is mainly a financial one. And that is just so depressing because these games make plenty of money, but as a non-union actor myself, who hopes to join one day, I understand the value of unions. Hell, if it wasn't for our support of the SAG-AFTRA strike in 2023, we wouldn't have even started covering video games at all on this channel. But hey, I'm not gonna fault Stephanie for taking this job. It's an amazing opportunity, and frankly, I think she nailed it. She perfectly captures Claire's warmth and humanity as well as her badassery. And as much as I love Allison, I think Stephanie is a worthy successor who truly gets the character.
She's fun and she's spunky and she's passionate and she's driven and she's heartfelt, but she's also gonna kick your ass, you know? And I love her.
With Irons and Sherry both gone, Claire searches for a card, but instead finds a message from Mr. Raccoon, the Raccoon Zoo mascot that first appeared in the Resident Evil Outbreak series. He returns here as a Mr. Everywhere style collectible from Resident Evil 7, and if you shoot them all, you get an unbreakable combat knife. Oh, say goodbye, garbage goblin. With our ringtail rage a-pumpin', we shoot a zombie so hard his arm comes off. God, love it. A good guy's storage box yields no! to a decommissioned police car, and inside we get a new gun and a kill to go with it. Bang! Our exit's blocked by a couch, so no pivoting around that. We then hear a couple of clickers, minus the C, and go rabid granny on them. Kill them both with all the fire. That's for not visiting Grandma more often. In the aftermath, we're also going to add 5 zombie dogs who are not named Cerberuses in this game, even though they look exactly the same. Wonder who killed them all. Leon, was that you? Or will it be you? Yeah, you know what? These timelines are confusing. Speaking of which, in Leon's playthrough, this parking garage panic unfolds differently. He's attacked by not Cerberuses and saved by the mysterious Ada Wong, who claims to be investigating Umbrella for the FBI. In the original game's development, Ada was actually an Umbrella lab worker named Linda, but that was scrapped when they changed course, instead connecting her to the first game where she's searching for her boyfriend. That's actually the one that used her name as a password. It's a really fun small connection to the original. It makes me ask, why did they change it in the remake?
Do yourself a favor. Stop asking questions and get the hell out of here.
Yes, ma'am! Claire visits a morgue to find a note about a kleptomaniac named Justin Hansen. I guess we better desecrate his corpse like we were Jilly V in order to find a diamond key. And now that we have an important item, we get attacked. Claire kills the zombified Hansen with a grenade to the mouth, boom, and a headsplosion for his friend. Squish! Past the morgue, a licker is lying in wait. He gets a grenade in its mouth, but keeps on lunging, so it's up to Nana Claire to take his temperature the old-fashioned way.
How about something up your poop chute?
We reactivate the elevator that's only for general use.
General use?
We reach Iron's office that's decked out in all kinds of taxidermy that, oh dear. Oh, do I need to count all these? Little help, Writer Addison?
Okay, so you didn't count any taxidermy animals in the first game, but you did count a bear skull in the quarry.
Okay, but that was story relevant, and these animals, you know, who knows? Hey, they might even be fake.
There's a log.
Damn it! Guess we're adding 20 animals shot by Irons to the count, including Toka, Razor, and I guess the last dodo in existence. But I'm not counting this notebook pig, because we don't see her. That's right, I'm picking and choosing. Behind the Irons throne, we find some incredibly incriminating emails that reveal Irons was accepting bribes from someone with the initials WB. Looks like this Warner brother will do anything to keep that Batgirl movie from being released. Oh, and they also want Irons to keep the events of the first game quiet, much like the higher-ups at Capcom, and up security around his lab so he can complete a project called G. Oh, interesting. Quick question though. Why did he print these out? We finally find a self-swinging parking garage permit, but it's locked up in a little cage with a broken power panel. A repair shop letter informs us that there are 2 missing parts we'll need to fix it. One in the east storage room and the other in the clock tower. We save the clock tower for later, and Claire picks up a relief that does anything but bring me relief as it puts another key in our inventory. But hey, we needed to get to a new area and raccoon! Sorry, where was I? Ah, yes, endlessly picking up items, like this companion cube for the power puzzle, and a very, very large gear. We're also able to pick up 2 kills on our way to an interrogation room. Who killed you? Who killed you? Oh, right, it was me. Inside, we pick up a jeweled box. Whoa, wait, this item looks important. Every time! The liquor's 2-way mirror entrance is met with 2 ways of exiting from its life, with knives and fire. The jeweled box is then unlocked with the Stone of the Sacred Fire. And now it's time to make your wish. Okay, I want a STARS badge. Done. Hey, thanks! The other power panel part is in the clock tower, but we have to get the chopper to not be on fire. We find a leaky pipe that needs to be redirected alongside 2 zombies that need to be redirected onto the count. We then find a switch that lets us extinguish the fire. All right, so now we can just take a stroll around the corner and oh no, here comes
Mr. X.
That should be easy to get. No, he can open doors. Okay, we can just go up the. Oh, he can climb too! And Mr. X is technically named the T-00, one of the 6 tyrant models set loose upon the city that includes Resident Evil 3's nemesis. Mr. X is part of the T-103 line that was the successor to the hardy T-02 tyrant we fought in Resident Evil 1. The nickname Mr. X is actually not used in game, but rather was popularized in other materials like the strategy guide and novels by S.D. Perry, which I've read all of, because I'm a fucking nerd. At the time of the first game, Mr. X was also a term used for government spies. But honestly, I like it because it sounds all Sex and the City-like.
As I fled through the halls of the abandoned police station, I couldn't help but wonder, was I really running from Mr. X? Or just running away from my own insecurities? Oh, no, I'm actually running from Mr. X. Ah, he's trying to kill me!
Claire manages to evade Mr. X long enough to torch a liquor. That's right, burn, Brainy, burn! So we keep exploring while Xe stomps around like a dad at 6 a.m. Knock it off! I've got an early morning push puzzle! Which you may have noticed are actually absent in this remake. The push puzzle was a staple of the original as well as most late 90s games. It was left out in favor of more modern puzzles like codes, combos, complete the circuits, and chest plugs. Wow, a lot of C's in there. In fact, they created an entire puzzle team to come up with them.
There was one guy who was just a puzzle fiend. He was super into puzzles, and he'd come up with some, and some were just so intellectually out there that we couldn't use them.
Another liquor attacks Claire while she's trying to rearrange the furniture, and this time she's not quick enough with the flame rounds. On the reload, we realize that the STARS badge is also a dongle, and take it to the STARS office armory to find a letter from Chris Redfield about his dongle. I just got back from a date with a hot chick. Bet you can guess what we got up to under her extra large umbrella. Claire doesn't think that sounds like Chris, but hey, maybe he's just feeling a little under the Wesker. Nope, sorry, weather. We grab an 80s henchman special and carry on with Resident Evil 2 Puzzle Boogaloo, cracking another personal safe to find a spare part for the storage lockers. Whew, I'm just glad it's not a key. No! We expand our inventory and our count with 2 more zombies outside the clock tower. Oh, just thank God there aren't any scissormen around here. With the clock tower missing a gear, I guess it's...
I get it, keys were a nightmare in the first game, but they're kinda... I don't think they're in the second game, the 6th game. I don't know. They are somewhat key. Well, it's like a 1 key, if not other key in 7, and then it's like a big 1 key in 8.
Time to head back and get it. You know who'd love that joke? Marvin.
Oh God, no.
If he wasn't a zombie. Which means he died off screen, and sadly robbed us of seeing his cool Lon Chaney transformation like they did in the original. Whew, man, I really don't want to have to kill him again. Well, maybe I'll just ask if he has an opinion. Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face!
Why the fuck you do that?
It was an accident, and maybe he was a Martian. And even before the body is, I guess, colder, Mr. X shows up to kick us while we're down.
God damn it, I'm mourning over here. Why does he have a fedora?
Ugh, wish there was some way to get this guy all up off our backs. Has this ever happened to you? You're minding your own business, playing a nice relaxing game of Resident Evil 2, when all of a sudden some jacked up dillweed in a fedora shows up to smash you into the ground. He's humiliated you. But now, it's time to return the favor with weird-ass Mr. X mods. Tired of those overly ominous footsteps? Then slip on a pair of squeaky shoes.
Go, go, go!
Turn that tank into Thomas the Tank Engine.
Jesus
Oh my God.
Or turn Mr. X into Mr. Triple X. Who's gonna sign for that package? Yes, with weird-ass Mr. X mods, you can violate all sorts of intellectual property, while also cutting him down to size. Weird-ass Mr. X mods. Because if X gonna give it to you, you might as well give it right back. We get to the clock tower and make Mr. Bell ding, getting us the last power part, so I guess we'll go back to the puzzle and— oh God, Mr. X is here! Oh, he's surely gonna kill us and oh, he, kinda just stopped there. Alright, looks like we found the only weakness to this man dressed like an undercover Ninja Turtle. Save room doors.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
We're able to escape the X-Man before making this zombie an X-woman. But not like in a transition way. It's still a woman, they're dead. You get it. We solved the power puzzle, easy, but then are faced with the most terrifying puzzle for any Gen Z.
A rotary phone. How do I use a rotary phone?
Luckily we don't have to, since a call comes in from Chief Irons with a mission to switch perspectives. We're now Sherry, who's being held captive by Irons at the orphanage. And the orphanage was not in the original game. Sure, you were able to play as Sherry, but her sections were actually pretty boring. Since all you could do was run away from zombies and solve some block puzzles. Wow. That is one strong 12-year-old. Back in the remake, we solve an appropriately sized block puzzle with the help of Humpty Creepty here, which snags us a pair of scissors.
Who puts scissors away like this?
We can only use the scissors to open a path forward, and not as a weapon, as this section is non-combative. Much to my dismay when we find another raccoon statue. I'll be back. While looking for an exit, Sherry finds a couple diaries that reveal Umbrella has been using the orphanage as an endless supply of human test subjects. One of the earliest of which was actually Lisa Trevor, who we shot a bunch of times in the first game. I sure do miss that sweaty tragedy. Also, the director of the orphanage is not J.A. Bajona, but actually Chief Irons, who must have gotten such an evil job from his previous experience as a serial killer. Taxidermying women like this 5'3", 110-pound. Oh no, this is the pig he was referring to in his journal. Guess I'm counting it, but I don't like it. In original drafts, writer and script adapter Brent Friedman wrote Irons to be as hateable as possible, modeling him after Frank Booth from Blue Velvet. After his initial draft crossed the line, he was asked to dial it back. So yeah, this version of Irons is the dialed back one. We actually learn more about his victim Catherine in the Ghost Survivors DLC. This mode explores non-canon what-if scenarios with various other Raccoon City survivors that include that sheriff who definitely died in the opening, and Irons' table victim turns out to be the mayor's daughter and is actually able to kill Brian Irons. Too bad it was all just a supplemental Dream LC. Irons grabs the key to the front door. Great, keep it. But it's the only way out. So Sherry asks him to play a game of formaldehyde and seek.
You stupid bitch, that's a dead end!
Earmuff Sherry. Irons catches her 3 times, and even though she doesn't get killed, I hope, it's still a game over screen, so we'll count these as player deaths. Our failures actually get the game to ask if we want to switch to assistant mode. Go to hell, don't judge me, game. But 4th time's the charm as Sherry nabs the key. Of course, the front doors won't open. So she runs to the director's room, and it looks like that director is Stanley Kubrick. Irons catches Sherry, and that mutated man from our first boss battle catches him, slithering something into his throat. We then flash back to the rest of the phone call between Claire and Irons. He tells her to bring the pendant that Sherry dropped earlier in the parking garage, and meet him at the orphanage. But boy, does this guy suck at giving directions.
Where's that?
In the neighborhood. You'll find it.
To be fair, there really are only 2 landmarks in this Sly Cooper city. We use the card to open the gates and ourselves up to a Mr. X attack. Aw, he's lost his little hat, but has kept his It Follows-esque theme music.
Ay, man.
The original game's score was composed by Shushaku Uchiyama, Shun Nishigaki, and Masami Ueda, who was actually one of the composers of Resident Evil 1. The compositions were meant to convey desperation as their underlying theme. Various musical styles, ranging from ambient horror music to industrial pieces, were used to represent the different environments of the game. For example, the streets of Raccoon City used militaristic percussion-based music, while the police department features ominous piano underscores that still haunt the corners of my heart to this day. Key events of the story were also supported by more cinematic compositions, a move that was inspired by blockbuster films. The remake was actually scored by Shushaku Uchiyama, returning after 20 years to update the original score for a modern audience. But not to worry, you're still able to play the entire game with the original soundtrack thanks to that DLC I mentioned earlier. We managed to give Mr. X the slip thanks to a slightly too small gate opening. Alright, and on our way to the orphanage, we orphan a few zombie babies as well. We're then caught in a Doberman pincer movement, so Claire plays the role of Florence and machine guns a couple, but that gun's not great. So we use the JMB HP3 to make sure that these dog days are over now. We finally reach the orphanage.
It's gotta be the orphanage.
Very good, Claire. And over in Leon's slightly different Kennedy's world, he meets a reporter named Ben Bertolucci.
Hello, human.
A line that feels like it's calling out Leon from the original.
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
And that human actor is Paul Haddad. And much like Allison Court, he was not brought back for the remake, instead being replaced by Nick Apostolidis, who did a great job and is a huge Resident Evil fan.
My personal favorite is Paul Mercier, the original Resident Evil 4 actor, because when I first played that game, that guy in that performance, he inspired me to start acting in the first place.
Haddad did, however, get to voice the cleaner in the Resident Evil-inspired Daymare 1998, which sadly was his final role before passing away in 2020. R.I.P. RPDOG. Leon's able to escape the parking garage with the Ada Wong.
Nothing dies down here.
I know, it's been so hard to count. Seriously, they just keep getting back up and I have like no bullets. Instead of going to the orphanage, Leon and Ada stop at Gun Shop Kendo to find a letter from Jill, nicely tying this game into the events of Resident Evil 3, which you better believe I'll be covering next season. Oh man, does that mean I have to wear a skirt? In the original game, you meet Kendo early on as he tries to seduce you with his Canadian charms.
Whew. Sorry about that, babe.
He's then killed pretty immediately, but in the remake is given a much more heartbreaking storyline as he's trying to protect his infected daughter, Emma.
Mommy.
I'll be sleeping, honey. Okay. And I'm gonna put you to bed too.
Okay. He can't possibly mean. Oh, no. Game Dad don't like. Game Dad don't like. Well, this human moment is so devastating that I'm actually going to add it to the count, even though it's in Leon's story and isn't fully verified with a body. As a fellow dad, I think Kendo would have wanted Emma to be remembered. The decision.
But what if he didn't shoot the daughter? What if he shot himself? Or aimed the gun just right to shoot both at the same time? Somehow. We don't know. We always know there was a gunshot.
The decision to update Kendo's character came from writer Brent Friedman, who was originally brought on to simply...
Considering it's a shotgun, I'm gonna say aiming to shoot both, nah. Aiming to shoot yourself would be pretty hard, but probably doable. I don't know.
Update the original's dialogue and make it less cheesy. But I love the cheese. But after 6 months, the dev team decided to give him more freedom, with the goal of making the story more grounded. His decision to update Kendo was actually controversial with the team, but personally, I think it paid off.
Is this the kind of change that fans will love because now Kendo feels more complex and deeper and all this other stuff? Or is it going to be like, no, where's Kendo? Where's the Kendo we love?
I'm still right here, eh? Inside the orphanage, Claire finds that Mr. Raccoon from earlier. I told you I'd be back. There's also a letter from the director providing an additional horrifying detail that the rest of the orphans were disposed of as a precaution. Oh no, do I need to put orphans on this count?
Nah, I never met them. Fuck them kids.
Oh, thank God. Wait, did you just say fuck them kids? After confirming that Claire isn't a vampire, Chief Irons appears out of nowhere to show us where it John hurts. Good riddance, you human piece of garbage. Well, at least he can't hurt anyone anymore, except me, of course, since this place is filled with more taxidermy animals. Ah, what are you looking at, Man-Bat? A broken man who's counting stuffed animals, that's what. Time to head down into the sewers, where we can find Sherry. Oh, I can't wait to hear what she's been up to.
Anything? No? All right.
Mr. X chases the girls into an elevator, giving us a real good look at his mimic face before the mutated man from before slashes him in half, exterminating him, at least for this playthrough. Eyeball Magoo then jumps on top for a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Oh, hope I get the Jackson 5 song this time. Claire's knocked out, but wakes up to find a woman shining a flashlight in her eyes. Hey, she kind of looks like Sherry. Oh, God, how long were we asleep? What happened to you, Sherry?
My daughter is not your concern.
Oh, it's Sherry's mom, whose name is Annette Birkin. This Umbrella employee is looking for Mr. Mutant, who she keeps referring to as William. She says he's evolving faster than expected, but runs off before we can get any answers. How berry of you. A nearby note clues us in to what's going on. William's been exposed to the G virus, also known as the Golgotha virus. It's designed to turn humans into biologically superior creatures that run on pure instinct and are virtually unkillable. Oh, awesome! That's great news for the kill count. Furthermore, the infected subjects are driven by a desire to implant embryos into humans with DNA that closely match their own. You know, like their children.
Daddy?
Spoilers! But yes, as gross as it is, it looks like William wants a Sherry.
What an intriguing idea.
Over in Leon's playthrough, Annette actually appears in a confrontation that ends with Leon getting shot, with Ada becoming the temporary playable character. It's another new section for the remake since Ada's previous solo outing was basically the same as Sherry's. Wow, that is one strong 24-year-old. She removes her Disney-censoring Toontown trench coat to go full Jessica Rabbit, wandering around in high-heeled boots, a cocktail dress, and a choker she decided to wear for covert fieldwork.
Like you do.
You're beautiful.
She uses an EMF visualizer to hack into available tech, which mainly means blowing up these big fans. And I am not a big fan of this section. It's an interesting idea, but the lack of ammo and Mr. X's appearance make this all very frustrating. Though I did enjoy Annette trying to burn Ada alive.
You'll never get your filthy hands on the G.
Now I'll never get my filthy mind to believe you're talking about a virus. Eventually, Annette traps Ada in a pit with a pipe in her leg. Claire enters the sewers.
Now I'm gonna smell like shit, literally.
And further into my heart. She finds a cable car and kills 3 zombies, 2 of which wind up in a compromising position.
Boys, come on. Don't get us demonetized.
We find printed out emails written to Director Owens about the contamination of Nest, the underground Umbrella Corp lab. We don't have to worry about that till the 3rd act. Also, we don't know who released the virus, or more importantly, who keeps printing out these emails. My money's on Ben.
Hello, human.
Claire jumps down a broken lift to a lower level where she overhears Annette reprimanding Sherry for leaving the house alone. Oh, young lady, you're totally grounded. By which I mean she's put in a pit underground. Claire picks up a note from the CEO of the Knights Construction Company, and boy, oh boy, do they commit to a gimmick. Because the only way to unlock the door that leads to Sherry is a puzzle with a bunch of plugs shaped like chess pieces. Okay, it has to be so annoying to have to actually work at Umbrella.
Oh, forgot my wallet. Okay, let's see. Got the rook, got the bishop, got the pawn. The king is through the sewer, and the sewer has the alligator. I'll be poor.
While searching for Bobby Fischer's puzzle pieces, we shoot 3 zombies and ask, are you guys really dead? Huh? Okay? Alright, good. Now to relax with a dip in Wonka's chocolate river. Wait, that's not chocolate. Okay, well, at least nothing can be worse than having to wade through poop. Shit corrected. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the G-Adults. The G-Adults are actually the failed offspring of One-Eyed William from whenever he impregnated someone with differing DNA. They start out as G-Young, which we first saw burst out of Chief Iron's belly, and eventually grow into these behemoths that'll vomit on you with their Demogorgon head dicks if you get too close. We managed to keep our distance, killing one with all our machine gun bullets. Yep, just all gone. Whatever. We take a worker's lift to a room with, yay, another hip pouch!
It's hip to be square.
Oh, we got an important item, so zombies swarm the room. We're ready with a flame round before dipping out. Bye! But when we go back up, they're still alive and magically not on fire. So we shoot 2 of them and make a run for it. Just when we thought it was safe to go back in the water, Claire gets grabbed by another G-adult. It gives her the full Reagan McNeil, and the P in this soup stands for poison, so we rush back to take a blue herb before relaxing with a movie we picked up earlier. In the footage, William chugs like all the viruses ever before killing more of the USS Alpha Squad, including Kirkpatrick here, who's now become a dead body cam. The rats we see lapping up the virus are actually what caused the Raccoon City outbreak in the first place. In the original game, the T-virus made all these animals in the sewers very, very big, eventually forcing out the T-virus infected rats, who ended up contaminating the local water supply. Claire's not a fan of this flick.
Glad I watched that.
God, I love Claire. And writes her review with bullets on these 5 zombies' corpses. Heading back through the sewer tunnels leads to a secret room with a locked box that can be opened with that badge dongle that we forgot in our item box. So we kill a G-adult on our backtrack that kinda sounds like a xenomorph when it dies. And after even more backtracking and interruptions and getting poisoned, we finally make it to the fabled box. Whoa, what treasure will we behold?
It's a suppressor for a gun I don't even use? That's what I did this for? Fuck off!
Yes, now we can have a silenced machine gun. Who cares? So we return to backtracking and running around looking for chess pieces, which is basically all the sewers is. And it's no different than Leon's side of things. Well, aside from the giant alligator, who was a full-on boss in the original game, but is now just a chase scene and a Jaws reference.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
On the bright side, we cracked the code of killing the G-adults, thanks to our upgraded SLS 60 revolver that now has high-powered rounds. We use them to finish off 3 G-adults in a row, plus their little babies. Haha, easy, wheezy, beautiful, covered in vomit girl. Claire grabs the spark shot weapon that I barely used, but more importantly, we get all the chess pieces. Haha, so now it's checkmate for a zombie and another G-adult as we head to unlock the door. We solved the puzzle, and wait a minute, we just did kind of an important thing. Does that mean... Yep, this Burkoff's back to murder our face. Unless, of course, we can beat him in a high-stakes crane game. If you time things wrong, Claire can get creamed by a shipping container.
Surprise, motherfucker!
But timing it right, we'll take out William, but still won't kill him yet.
I'm so sorry, Sherry. This is taking forever.
Now Claire's dunking on me? Come on, I'm doing my best. Leon does this same fight in his playthrough, though we were a lot worse at it. Yeah, we killed him just so many times, thanks to that damned adaptive difficulty. And Leon almost killed the actor who played him, Nick Apostolides, who is a method actor, and while recording Leon's death scenes, he literally choked himself for real, even to the point of passing out from lack of oxygen.
He thought that was part of my act. until my legs started shaking like this, and he realized I just passed out.
Leon eventually stops getting grabbed and smashed, and finds Ada all pin-up posing with a pipe in her leg. He tends to her wounds, but technically this scene should just have him shoving herbs in her mouth, but I get why they didn't do that.
See? Not a pretty sight. Heal! Heal!
Ada decides the S stands for sexy and kisses Leon on the way to the lab. Of course, from the way he reacts, that might be his first kiss ever. Oh, what a cutie patootie. Claire finds Sherry looking worse for weary, and Annette says she's already been implanted with a G-virus embryo. Wait, how did she get implanted with it? No! She can be treated at the Nest lab, but Annette says there's not enough time to save Sherry and also stop William. So she says goodbye to her daughter for the greater good. Claire won't accept this.
Are you fucking kidding me?
See? So she Joel carries Sherry to
Sherry
safety.
doesn't die.
Sherry's
She
wristband
doesn't-
gets them into Club
Next
Cable
game.
Car, which can take them to the lab. Good thing too, because Sherry's got the worst case of pink eye I have ever seen. On the ride to the lab, Claire loans Sherry her jacket. Aw, she looks so different without it. But not as different as the DLC outfits that included noir costumes for her and Leon, complete with a black and white filter. There's also a random military outfit and royalty scream-free Rick Grimes, as well as fun nods to the past with Claire's Elza Walker costume, referencing the original Resident Evil 2 protagonist. But I will say my absolute favorite are these full-on low-polygon 98 outfits. Well, forget about using a knife, you can just cut some zombies with them elbows. Cha! Claire tries to reassure Sherry that her mom really does carry, even if she's not good at showing it. Honestly, I love how Claire is both a badass and emotionally intelligent and caring. It just makes her such a lovable hero. In fact, actress Stephanie Panicello put a lot of work into making the character her own. Stephanie worked hard to avoid imitating any similar game protagonists, including the 1998 original. She even used her family's motorcycle background to help inform why Claire shouldn't be wearing the short shorts she had in the original.
If I was gonna wear shorts when I was riding with my family, that's a mistake. I'm gonna burn myself, or I'm gonna hurt myself somehow.
We reach the lab, and since we can't stow Sherry in an inventory box, we'll just leave her in this well-used bed. Oh god, well-used bed? Richard! We snag her ID bracelet and find a computer open to some non-printed out emails. They contain details about Devil, an M. Night Shyamalan produced movie no one remembers. Also an antiviral agent that can save Sherry. Better just respond to that.
All right, reply all. Eat a dick umbrella.
Okay, what else you got, Room? A map showing this place is a flux capacitor, a nap log, which seems to imply that Sarah was hooking up with Toby. Isn't that the guy who's the head of HR? What's he gonna do about this? As we move deeper into the lab, Claire kills 5 zombies, one with a grenade in his mouth, turning him into a kablamby. In the nap room, she grabs a chip that will upgrade her security clearance, which belonged to the late Dr. Lee, who, according to the nap log, checked in, but never checked out. We find a note on this hunk of a body that indicates the antiviral agent is in the west area. Well, guess it's time to... But we can't without security staff clearance. So looks like we need to nick this mushed Audrey 2 victim's security bracelet.
I'm back. I just had to do that break because Amber called. Because that's the one that let her text for some reason, even though she could have walked into the room.
That's terrible.
Don't you judge my little shop of horror puns, young lady. Time to welcome you to the jungle, Claire, where we've got fun and games. We've got everything you want, including zombies wrapped in vines? No one wants that. These plant zombies, or plombies as writer Addison likes to call them, are actually called Ivy. They're all that remains of the Umbrella staff who were implanted with seedlings from Plant 43, the big green mother who's taken over this place. The Ivy in this game are kind of a callback to the more bipedal design of Plant 43 in the original Resident Evil 2, without the acid-spitting flower heads. In the remake, Plant 43 is more of a giant mother plant, actually connecting it more to the Plant 42 design from the first game, without of course ever mentioning the original game. Why you hate it so much, Remake? All these plants are hard to kill, but an herbicide solution could be, well, the solution. Of course, in order to get herbicidal, we'll need to place a cartridge into a dispenser, add the required amount of solution, and cool it immediately. Alright, no problem. We should be able to, and the machine's locked up with a missing code. Awesome. Well, these code puzzles are actually seen throughout this area, and one of them gets us access to the non-mansion basement.
Hey, what did I say, Editor Linnea? Never put this music in, okay? Or are you cutting that music in right now? You're cutting it! Stop it! Get it out of here! No! I think I like it!
Outside the low-temp testing lab, we get attacked by a licker, which we don't kill, and 4 zombies, which we do.
Dead.
An anonymous note lets us know that the only way to stop the tall Tangellas is with fire. So we save our flame rounds, switching to acid rounds to kill 2 lickers and another Never Dead that we actually make Ever Dead. You know what? Those kills were so great they deserve a trophy. No, not that one. This one from the Guac Institute? Oh, and it's already turned brown. Yeah, you should have used lemon juice on it. A peek at the bottom gives us a clue for later, so we're gonna need a really specific scientific method for remembering it.
Tetris line, mom and baby square, fat line. All right, so that's something.
We grab a signal modulator and use it to complete a theremin-sounding wavelength puzzle that gets the power back on.
Oh, Mr. Hack.
What are you doing here? Hello, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. even though it doesn't seem like there's been an edit, but like there's been an edit. Except again, I'm getting the drinking stuff when Amber came because we had to do the litter box since the litter box stuff was up and whatnot, and then we had to make us a little something to eat. Of course, we washed our hands before after the litter box. Don't worry.
Hammond, I think we're back in
business!
With the lights back on, we can see enough to shoot a few more Zed heads. Bang, bang, wait. I'm sorry, what? The head bone's connected to the leg bone? What the?
Fuck.
Thank you, Claire. We shoot some more plombies that will not die even with fire, so we'll just use our very scientific code to open a Die Hard with a Vengeance style liquid mixing puzzle that honestly takes forever.
Plenty of time to test those wits of yours.
And my wits were tested, but we finally get this asshole puzzle's number, filling the tube and taking it to the little robot hand in the low temp lab to cool it. Aw, thanks, dummy. Claire dispenses the herbicide, killing Plant 43, which causes the vines to release Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. We grab his wristband in order to upgrade our Clarence. Oh, and look, we're finally able to kill one of those Ivy Leaguers. Ha ha ha, Ivy! And all this murder tuckers Claire out. So we head to the nap room to see that Dr. Lee's finally woken up.
You asshole.
Yeah, you never signed out, buddy. And Claire's a real stickler for protocol, so it's up to us to log out Lee ourselves. With our new senior staff wristband, we in search of the antivirus, but find another tape instead on, what's this? Our final background body of Claire's playthrough.
So as is tradition, which is something I'm going to change in Season 3, let's take a moment to remember the floor models that didn't come back to life to kill us.
Mommy, I want to see the raccoons.
Where's that magic pie maker when you need him?
Anything you see can and should be rubbed against you.
We pop in the tape to see Dr. William Birkin surrounded and gunned down. But don't worry, this Jimmy Simpson lookalike will be back, but never as his human self again. So thus, I'm adding him to the count. A peek through Birkin's inbox reveals that he lost his research funding and turned to a covert operation with the US military instead. Umbrella was not pleased when they found out, sending in their security service to grab the Birkin bag. Farther into the biolab, there are, oh good, body parts floating in tanks. Okay, what do we got here? Some eyes, a hand, Columbus, I guess? Haha, no heads though, so no count for you. We then find so many items strewn around that you just know a boss battle's a-coming. Sherry's pendant from her mother is actually the key to the panel where the antiviral agent is. Aw, see that, Sherry? She actually does care. In her own messed up, gonna leave you to die in an underground garbage pit kind of way. Parents. On the way to deliver the antidote, William attacks.
Oh, surprise face.
However, Annette takes him down with a sweaty acid round before revealing that William is her husband and Sherry's father.
Yeah, we figured that out a while ago when she called him daddy, and then there was the embryo. No, you know, just try and keep up, Annette.
After he lost everything, including his life, he injected himself with the G virus, transforming him into a monster that's now transforming again. Willie B grabs Annette with his strong hand, injuring her. Claire then gives Annette the antivirus and tells her to take it to Sherry while she handles William. Oh, guess what? Looks like it's Birkin boss battle time! The battle, much like the original game, consists of running and shooting and running and shooting and running and whoops, okay, apparently dying at the claws of William H. Slashy. On our second go-around, the eyes have it, as we focus on his very glowy weak points until William collapses with an explosion of gross yellow pus. In Leon's version, William attacks after Leon grabs a sample of the G virus for Ada, hoping that G will help him lose his V. And it's basically the same boss fight, which doesn't make sense when you tie it into Claire's story. Unlike in the original game, where if Claire fought Birkin in the lab, Leon would actually avoid that fight entirely, instead focusing on getting Sherry into the train safely. Yet another example of how integrated the A-B playthroughs of the original were, and how lacking the rush second runs of the remake were. After the Birkin battle, Annette warns Leon about Ada, telling him she isn't FBI. She's a mercenary planning to sell the G-Virus to the highest bidder. Whoa, wait. The woman in the cocktail dress and the indoor sunglasses isn't FBI? Say what? Yes, it's up to Leon to decide whether he believes the woman who kissed him or the one who shot him. By the time Claire gets to Sherry, she's cured and doing much better. A little less dramatic than the original game's curing scene.
Come on, Sherry, wake up! Wake up! Please wake up! Claire? Where am I?
It worked! Annette, on the other hand, is in bad shape. Her injuries from William's attack are too much, and after apologizing to Sherry for everything that happened, she dies. A much better death than in the original, where she just gave us an endless note and, I assume, peed a little.
Annette!
With her mom dead, Sherry's looking to upgrade.
I'm so lucky to have you.
Okay, well, hey, kid, we just met and, oh, look, the place is gonna self-destruct. Gotta go. We've got 10 minutes to escape. Much more generous than the 5 we got in the original. We use our time wisely to mow down a flame bee and another plant non-versus zombie. We find a train and a minigun Claire just casually straps to her back. Ooh, damn. You know what? I'm gonna call you Claire Deadlifts Field from now on. We turn the power on and get a call from Leon. Oh, hey, Leon. It's so great to see you. You know, we should probably meet up and...
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here.
Okay, bye. Guess the S stands for static. Back to the train, Choo Choo Snarls returns for one more boss battle. So we use every bullet in our minigun and one single handgun bullet in order to conquer William. Sherry and Claire board the last train out of Raccoon City, and the game ends with Sherry getting real personal.
I want to see where you live.
Yo, okay, like I said before, not really looking for a long... Hey, look, it's Leon! Leon's here! Yay! And thus, everybody lived happily ever after. How many bullet sponges did we toss into our bucket of kills? Let's find out after we see the true ending. That's right, you only get the full story after completing Leon's second run. So let's catch up with our favorite himbo as he confronts Ada Wong with a line he definitely rehearsed in the mirror first.
Because I realized, as much as I wanted to trust you, I didn't.
Annette shoots Ada and the G-sample falls into the abyss below. Leon tries to catch her, but forget it, Leon. It's Trash Panda Town.
No!
He didn't die, though.
Of course, Star Wars and Escape Room taught us that if someone falls down a hole and you don't see them land, somehow they will return. So later, a still alive Ada slips Leon a pocket rocket in a little Deus Mr. X Machina, something she makes a habit of. Leon's fight with Mr. X is a hard one, with some music that goes even harder. Love it. We use the rocket launcher to split Mr. X's denominator, and then wonder if X should equal another kill graphic. Seriously, is this a regenerated one from Claire's playthrough? Is it a new tyrant? I mean, what gives? Well, an interview with director Kazunori Kodoi tells us that there is only one tyrant, before further explaining that each scenario could be considered a parallel world, which is why you see the tyrant appear multiple times. Yes, vindication for my RE1 double counting theory. So, I guess we're gonna save him for Leon's murder montage. Leon hops in the train to meet up with Claire and Sherry, who he's never met before. Unlike in the original, where he's responsible for getting her to the train does a shimmy, so this Cocoa Puff checks it out, only to find Uncle Willie back again. This time, though, he looks kind of like the Eye of Sauron surrounded by old roast beef. So he shoots it and shoots it and shoots it some more.
You want more bullets? Be my guest.
Okay, where was that sentiment during our entire playthrough, Mr. Kennedy? Well, it doesn't matter, since Claire's sick of this mother-killing William on this new mother-making train. She uncouples the car just as Leon stabs William with gushy results. Aye, aye, aye. He hops to safety, and we'll add Bloody D. William to our main count, because we wouldn't have gotten this battle without Claire's playthrough as well. Wave bye-bye to Daddy, Sherry. Bye! The game actually ends with the trio walking together, finally safe. And what luck, you've got a ride. rude fucking dude. They all agree to stick together. Maybe to find Chris, perhaps, or something? You know, Claire, you're pretty accepting of his Europe story, unlike in the original's Claire B ending.
Chris, I have to find you.
Oh, love that guitar riff. But writer Sugimura did not love that line. Turns out director Kamiya actually snuck that in during the recording session, which pissed off Sugimura since he was writing Code Veronica at that point and was now forced to add Chris to that game. The traumatized trio wander off into the sunrise, and Sherry wants Leon's S to stand for stepdad.
Hey, you guys can adopt me.
Enough, kid. You literally just watched both your parents die horribly. Wait. Did Sherry orchestrate this entire thing?
This is just the beginning.
Before we count up all the kills, let's see how Leon Slaughter Kennedy did in his playthrough with a murder montage!
Get down! Leon S. Kennedy, and I'm here to kill. I just got this job and it's totally not chill. I'll do what I can so I survive. Grab them what is still alive. Then your deadly zombie sure has strong will. What's up? I'm running low on bullets, but I'm still popping heads. Gotta switch to the knife to make sure they're all dead. I killed so many with my fire. They're tougher than Michael Myers. Starting to think, oh God, get off my leg! I shot him 6 times. I said, see you later. To a gator.
Chew on that.
8 guy kills. Sure wish I'd banged her. Like you, let's lock in and finish our off. Come on. Shoot your stupid hat off. Please stop getting up. Please stop getting up. Let's finish up with zombie doggies. Crap, I forgot the background bodies.
God damn it! Do I have to count these?
Yes, we do. So let's add 69 more. Come on.
Hey, I don't want you to make the rules, not me.
Let's hope that's the last of them.
Counting and recounting all these rapidly resurrecting raccoon residents definitely left me dead inside. But how many actually got left on the count? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Oh God, I think that's Mr. X. He found me! He found me! Okay, you're not Mr. X, you're just James.
No, I'm Mr. J.
You mean like Batman, like Mr. J?
No, not like Batman. I'm here to stalk and punch you till you get to the numbers.
Okay, well, I don't need that. Ow, okay, I don't need... Okay, stop. Hey, stop it, you tiny tyrant!
I'm an average-sized tyrant.
Yeah, okay, sure you are.
You mutant string bean.
Oh! We're off screen, stop punching me! Ow. Well, during my Claire playthrough, I racked up 215 kills, with our Leon playthrough adding 182 more for a total of 397. Breaking that down further, we have 23 humans, 143 zombies, 14 lickers, because I love them, 25 animals, 60 other bioorganic weaponsy monsters, and 132 background bodies. As for gender, there were 220 men, 31 women, and 146 unknown, giving us this mostly blue pie chart, which you can take to heal poison damage. So, how does this compare to other playthroughs? Well, thanks to evilresource.com's exhaustive enemy cataloging, we estimated the most kills with no background bodies would be 318 across both characters, playing on the highest difficulty, of course. With background bodies, it would be 450 total. That's assuming you killed only 3G young per 6G adults in the game, because much like the bees in Resident Evil 1, technically the G young could be infinite, unlike my patience. And if you avoided killing any enemies you or a cutscene didn't force you to, the least kills would be 31, or 163 with bodies, giving us a pretty high ranking in the RPD. Much better than that C ranking the game gave me. Comparing that to the first game in the series, we got exactly 100 more kills, with our adjusted value of 297. That included those bees I missed the first time around. Yes, I read your comments, and no, I don't cry myself to sleep after doing so.
As for player deaths, we died 23 times across both playthroughs. 5 for Claire, 2 for Ada, 3 for Sherry, and 13 deaths for Leon. Ugh, stupid, sexy Leon. With a combined playthrough time of 17 hours and 25 minutes, that gave us a player death on average every 45.4 minutes, and a kill on average every 2.6 minutes. Look at the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Mr. X in both Claire and Leon's playthroughs, since the director said there is only one tyrant. Birkin casually tearing half of his torso and making sure he can't Amazon return that trench coat is incredible. But just as incredible is when Leon vaporizes half of him with a rocket launcher, leaving only his legs and partial rib cage behind. Yeah. Die, you stupid pants. Dull machete for lamest kill goes to the 3 zombie dogs Leon shot in their cages. I mean, I'm sure there are things that are lamer, but I still feel really bad about shooting those dogs. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. And the royal reload for best player death goes to Leon getting eaten by an alligator. Most of the deaths in game were just zombies eating us or falling over or getting hit by crates ad nauseum. So seeing Leatherhead make Leon dead stood out in the best way possible. And that's it. Resident Evil 2 was released in 1998, 1999, and 2003 before getting remade in 2019. And thus we conclude Season 2 of Kill Count Games. But not to worry. We're gonna be back in the spring with a whole new season. But until then, I'm a man who avoided saying Leon's middle name is actually Scott, and this has been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
One night, in a small town like any other, 17 children woke up at exactly 2:17 in the morning, got out of bed, and ran into the dark.
And they never came back.
The only common thread between them was their 3rd grade teacher, Justine Gandy.
Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
That's the question tormenting everyone in this traumatized town.
Look at what you did!
From Zach Kreger, the man who made Barbarian, comes Weapons. It's scary and funny and has a great cast, but that's all we're gonna say about it right now.
What the fuck?
It's just better to go in knowing as little as possible.
Doesn't that seem strange to you?
No, it's a great way to experience a movie. Just enjoy the ride. This week, wake up at 2:17 in the morning to watch Weapons. And on Friday, run, don't walk, to check out the Kill Count. Only on Dead Meat.
Get out of my store!
Fucking help me!
Weapons can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Dead Meat always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
We did it. Another season of Kill Count Games is completed, and it would not have been done without you fine folks. So,
And only us.
Yeah. No, I want to also thank Sarah and Linnea and Josh and James and Chelsea and Tim.
And Tim?
Tim was traveling today, so he couldn't be here for his bits. So I'm upset with Tim. No, I love Tim. Tim is amazing. Also Bella, but you know, she's all tied up right now. I love Michael as well. I also want to take a moment to thank Jeremy Pryor, who donated all of these Resident Evil 2 props here. Addison, I love you, but get out of the way.
Yeah.
We gotta see Jeremy's props. My God, his collection is incredible. We're back in the spring.
Yeah.
And stay tuned to Dead Meat for information on what that is. Until then, I'm still going to be streaming. I'm going to be doing Patreon streams where you can subscribe and watch the actual kill count playthroughs. And then every Thursday, I'm going to be doing streams on the Dead Meat Presents channel.
Also, we have a holiday Christmas live show coming up December 14th in Los Angeles. And this one's hopefully going to be bigger and better.
From the whole team here at Dead Meat, the ones that are out in the ether and the ones that are on set right now, remember to be good people.
Wow, that was cool. I'm gonna go make probably some more bacon. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week.